The Arkpro Ultra, let's check it out. Guys, today we're going to take a look at the Arkpro Ultra. This is made from aluminum, has 4 different light modes, but 7 different configurations, including Spotlight, which I love, and that's a new one from Olight, but also Flood, UV, and Laser. Now, this is made from the aluminum, which is a super aluminum, resists scratches. In fact, we have done a lot of torture tests on this material. It's actually stronger than titanium. They bumped the Ultra up to 1700 lumens over the 1500 lumens of the new Arkpro, which this is a fantastic light. I've been carrying this ever since it arrived. But now that I have the Ultra, there are a lot of cool features. And guys, I've said that the Arkfeld is the perfect EDC light. But with the Arkpro series, especially the Ultra, I mean, this gives you way more capability, honestly, than you even need. And yet, if you do, you have it right there in your pocket. And I want to give Olight a big thank you for sending the Arkpro Ultra for this review. You get a 10% discount using SUIT00 with the link down below in the description, and you get a lifetime warranty, free shipping. I mean, these are just excellent lights. Well guys, the new Arkpro series, we have the Arkpro Lite, we have the Arkpro, and the Arkpro Ultra. And this is a continuation of the Arkfeld series, and they're just stepping it up, which is what Olight does. More and more features, higher lumens, and just more capable lights. I have a full review on the Arkpro and the Arkpro Lite. I'll have it annotated right above. I've been carrying the Arkpro now ever since it came out, actually for a couple of months. This is really a huge upgrade over the Arkfeld series. But this is a review of the Arkpro Ultra, and guys, again, they just keep upgrading, but I am really excited about this light. They have made some major upgrades, and with the Ultra, it's always the Ultra. So we're gonna check this out. First off, this is not included, the SUIT00. They did this for me when they sent the sample, but you can get the engraving. Olight does offer that. So if you have a certain design you wanna put on, you can do that. Now, one of the big things about the Arkpro Ultra is that it is made of OAL, which is a super aluminum alloy. It's 1.73 times stronger than 6063 T6 aluminum, but it also is 1.73 stronger in tensile strength of Ta2 titanium and 1.44 times stronger yield strength than titanium. So it's a very strong alloy, and this is the natural color, which I love it. Now they do offer other colors in this, but I love the natural because you can really scuff this up, and it's abrasive resistant, it's chip resistant. I mean, it just holds up extremely well. In fact, we took a drill bit and just drilled on the side, wiped it off, and a little bit of scuff, but not much. And then we took a knife and we rubbed it back and forth. And guys, it just holds up extremely well. And I don't know of anybody else that's doing that. But guys, here is the Arkfeld Ultra. Now, this to me was one of those lights that I just fell in love with. It is the aluminum, so it's going to be super strong. And it has 1400 lumens of light, laser, it has UV. But you can already see there is a design difference. We have the angle with the new Pro, and this is more of a flat surface, and this just gives it more strength. Also, it's a little different on the front, but what's really different is the button. Now, the button has been reconfigured, and it has a little bit of a concave shape to it, so it just fits in your thumb extremely well. Above the flat surface that was on the original Arkfeld Ultra. Also, the buttons, as they go around, this has been improved greatly to just glide around. And so this goes to your different modes. We'll look at those in just a second. Also here on the side, the laser engraving is just exceptional. Now these magnets on the end are pulling these together. You can see just the line serrations here on the original. There are 1,800 small little pyramid shapes, and they're shaped into diamonds all the way around. So it has a very good texture to it, easy to hold. Not that the original was, but you can feel quite a bit of difference. Plus there are upgrades all around, and I will have the review of the Arkfeld Ultra. You can check out the details if you're interested, but definitely a lot of big upgrades. And honestly, this is 21% brighter than your Arkfeld Ultra. Now it has 1,700 lumens of light, and that's 10,640 candela. So we're gonna go ahead and go to our setting, and I'm gonna press and hold, and we go to a moonlight setting. And that's just 1 lumen. Press and hold, we go to 15 lumens. Press and hold, 100, that's your medium setting. Press and hold, and then you're at 520 lumens. Double click, and we're at the 1,700 lumen light. This is incredibly bright, and you'll notice it's a nice good flood. One of the things though is with the button, and this is new for the Arkpro, is we go to the far right, and when we hit the button, and I'm going to go ahead and go to the turbo, you can see that it is a spotlight. Now we're going to take this out and we're going to show it, but this spotlight goes a long distance. In fact, 205 meter beam distance for a small little handy light. And it also goes through the different modes as well. But if you continue to click over to the left, we have UV. UV is extremely useful for identifying dollar bills. It's also great for insects. It'll pick up fluorescence. In fact, it also picks up biological fluids. And if you're staying in a hotel, you may or may not want to have UV. But the UV itself also has 2 settings. So we have a 360 milliwatt, and then we just press and hold, and it goes up to 1,200 milliwatts. And I can feel the heat on this light. And while we have the light off, you can press it. Here you have your battery setting, and you can see here, and then we have our lumen setting here at the other side, especially if we go up to the higher lumens. And you can see these are small micro perforated little holes that are laser cut. And of course it'll go off after a couple of seconds. You can see here, this is incredible technology, and these are sealed so you don't have to worry about this, any kind of water egress or anything in here. Also, something new is they have green for the battery and they have white for the lumens, which is pretty impressive and intuitive. Now notice down below the button, there is what they call the arc beat. And this is a glowing symbol, and you'll see that it's white. As this is used, it will continue to change colors up to 7 different colors. And here you can see this is for up to 2 hours, and then when you go to 4 hours, it changes 8 hours, 16, 32, 64, and 128 hours. And really, they say that this gives you a connection with your gear. But for me, I just think it's a pretty cool feature to have that running. And it does give you an idea of how much time you've used the light. Also here on the button, if I press and hold, I go to moonlight and I continue to press, it'll go to a lockout feature. And it'll show the little lockout button. So if I press again and just hold, it comes right back on. Now here on the side is a button, and you press and we have a green laser. If you press again, we have an intense green laser. The low is a class 1 green laser, and then when we press and hold, it goes up to a class 3R laser. And so this will just give you better distance, more intensity. And it's a 5 milliwatt laser. Now if you press and have your light on, hit the side button of the laser, and now you have light and laser. And of course this will go up through the different modes, and you still have that laser. And because of the brightness of the light, here we can see the green laser. And then we go to UV, and we have green laser with UV. So it gives you 7 different functions for your lights. Now what's standard for Olight is for your charging. It does have the magnetic base, and of course you can attach this to any magnetic surface. It'll stick, but your base sticks, and then you just plug this to any USB. I love this charging system. But there are a lot of guys that love the USB-C. And so here on the side, we can just plug this in and we can charge right from the side. So you have 2 different options. And this door protects from any kind of dust and debris, and this is sealed so it can be submerged. In fact, this is IPX7, which means that it can be submerged up to 2 meters of water for 30 minutes. Now, Olight has also developed their own LEDs. They had a supplier and they were just not happy, so they developed their own, and it's an EIP. It's Olight's first developed LED. So it gives it better strength, it keeps it from color distortion. There are just some big improvements. Here we have the 3 lenses, and of course I'm going to turn on the UV first, and it comes right here in the center. And then as you turn, there is your floodlight, and then here is your spotlight. And then we have the green lasers at the bottom in a very compact size, and it does have a black bezel around it to just give it protection, and we have a mineral glass lens. Here is the moonlight setting. Again, this is 1 lumen, and you're not really getting anything out there. We're going to bump it up to the low. We're not really getting a whole lot out there. Now we're going to the medium setting, and you can start to see that fence line. We're going to the high, then we're going to double click, and we're going to go to the bright. This is 1700 lumens. That fence is about 20 yards out, and so we're getting a good, nice, broad area of flood. And I mean, it's all around this area. Now we're going to go, just switch it to the spotlight. This is what I really love about this light. I mean, there's a number of things, but I love the spotlight feature because it gives you a lot of light that's really a good hot spot. You can see very well detail, and there's still a peripheral light that kind of blends around it. So it's really just a great light for regular EDC, but if you want to bump it up with the spotlight, you can. Now we're going to go down and look at the spotlight with the low setting, and of course there's not much. We're going to go up. Now we can start to see, I don't know, the camera's picking it up. The medium, we're getting it now, and then the high. And then we're going to double click, and we have the 1700 lumens. Again, this will go out to 205 meter beam distance. That's another thing about the laser. It's a great pointer, but it's also a great pet toy, and our pug loves it, but so does Fred. We're going to go ahead and go to the 1700 lumens, and we're going to get down at that tree line. This is a really large field, and it's about 175 yards down to the range. So this is really getting the light out there. I can see all my targets, I can see my table and the barrels. Now if we go to the flood, it's just a huge area that it lights up. I mean, that is very impressive for such a small little EDC light. Now it has a 2-way pocket clip, and of course this slips right down into your jean pocket, and then we have another part of the clip that comes back, and that way you can put it on the bill of your cap. And so you can actually use this as a hands-free option. And each of the different modes are engraved into the light, so you can see the UV, the flood, and then your spotlight. And it is a unibody design. In fact, there's a video on the Olight website where you can look at all the details, how this is made. It does have a 2000 milliamp battery, and on the moonlight setting, it'll last for 14 days. And that's 27% longer than the original Arkpro and 33% higher increase in the battery performance. It's 4.88 inches in length, it's 1.06 inches in width, and it's 0.63 inches in height. It is an extremely carryable flashlight. Now as far as price, your Arkpro light starts out at $79.99. When it goes to the Arkpro, it starts out at $99. And then for the Arkpro Ultra, it's $129.99. Now you also get a 10% discount using Suit00 with the link down below in the description, and it's free shipping, and they have lifetime warranties. So guys, this came in yesterday. I wanted to get just a lot of the details out there because this is so new. But I'm gonna tell you, I have the Arkpro, I've been carrying it in my pocket, and I carried the original Arkfeld Ultra. And so I've been really excited about getting the Arkpro Ultra. And guys, if you already have one of the originals, even the Arkfeld, I mean, they're still great lights, but the Arkpro Ultra really takes it up a number of notches. So guys, the Arkpro series, whether you go with the standard model of 1500 lumens or you go up to the Ultra with 1700 lumens with the O aluminum and the Arkbeat and other features that this carries. These lights are close to indestructible, and yet you have all kind of features, again, that are going to go beyond most of your EDC needs. And again, you get a 10% discount using Suit00 with the link down below, and a big thank you to Olight for sending and producing the Arkpro Ultra. This is an excellent flashlight. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. designed Arkpros now for as soon as they came out. We have the Arkpro regular. Okay, regular. This is regular. Ain't nothing regular about this. On the Arkpro Ultra, I'll have this. Okay, blah, 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 blah. But guys, this thing is over the top. That sounds like a used car salesman.